Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us in 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So a moment now to see the story for Larry Bird.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Cole is out there with Bird. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Duren in at the 5. And for the Nets, down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. D'Angelo Russell out there with D'Anthony Melton. And it's Thomas in at the small forward position. GA, we are right in the thick of the season. What's an overlooked challenge for these players right now?
Staying fresh. You have to take care of your body and your mind. That'll pay dividends in the stretch run.
And Russell gets it to go.
Well, Russell's such a natural scorer and capable of connecting just about anywhere.
VanVleet against Russell. And it's Russell with the rebound. And here's Brooklyn, 3-on-3. Pass to Johnson. Russell a screen on Bol. Here's Johnson. And Thomas has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Bird. VanVleet passes to Bird. And it's Miller in the corner. Back to Bird. They double-team Bird. Miller outside on the wing. Bird. Nails the 16-footer.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Now, here's Melton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Johnson. And Bol pulls it down. Gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Melton finds Johnson. Russell with it. Covered by VanVleet. Pass to Melton. Claxton a screen on Miller. Here's Melton. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And here's Bird from the arc. Trains the three-pointer. Bird's got 5.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Here's Duren following the bucket by the Nets. VanVleet kicks to Bird. Shot from the top of the key, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. He's got 7.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. To take a look at the Timberwolves. They've been passed up, moving down to the 4th spot.
When you look at this visiting team, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some people say they're playing above their heads. I think we're just starting to realize how good this team is.
Now here's VanVleet. 8 points his last outing. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Out to Bird. Here's Bol. Johnson with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. Upside Thomas. Pass to Russell. Back to Thomas. It's deflected. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Miller with a wide open look. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Miller's got 5 points so far. Here is Russell. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Misses off the right iron. Gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pass to Bird. Back to Miller. Over Russell. Shots good by Miller. 7 points from Brandon Miller.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Miller against Melton. Claxton a screen on Van Vliet. There's Russell with the 3. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, so many plays are initiated from the pick and roll for Russell, and for very good reason. He's got as good a feel for that as you could hope for.
Now, here's Duren. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
The first one falls. And when it comes to Jalen Duren, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical and strong and can rebound and gives you a different presence on the inside.
And both free throws good for Duren.
Well, Jalen Duren has a nice game. He plays a lot in the box where he's going to rebound. He's going to be an interior scorer, and his instincts are there as well.
Now, here is Russell. He has 5. Now Van Vliet. Here he goes. Good defense by Claxton. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Thomas with it, and it's Bird picking him up. Pass to Russell. Melton against Bol. Claxton sets the screen for Melton. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Bird. This game an incredible scoring display for him. During the pass to Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Miller. Fires for 3. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Wow, unconscious. Has he been this quarter? They're riding that hot hand.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. An efficient 3-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Nets trail by 7. Russell dishes to Johnson. Pass to Melton. Now here is Russell. Melton feeling it out a bit. Thomas's shot is off. Gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Van Vliet with it. Scoreless thus far. Here's Bol. Back to Van Vliet. It's stolen by Johnson. Thomas up top. Covered by Van Vliet. Bird against Russell. Nobody near Melton. Trains it from beyond the arc. Melton's got 6 points.
Sometimes it's the simple play that's most effective. D'Lo with a nice assist.
Gone 7 of 11 for the field to begin the game. Now here's Van Vliet. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Bowles setting the pick for Miller. Going inside. That shot is off. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 4. Pass to Claxton. Takes it off the glass. And here is Van Vliet. At the elbow, it's Bird. To the inside. Duran. A rebound by the Nets.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Williams is checked in. Russell against Van Vliet. Here's Melton. He has 6. On the wing, Williams. It's up a 3. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got his 4th rebound in this one. Russell against Van Vliet. To the left wing. Pass to Duran. Back to Bird. 5 on the clock. Over Johnson. Bird with the bucket. Bird's got 9 points.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Johnson wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Anytime the ball is headed towards Cam Johnson, he's thinking shot. It's a pretty good idea.
And here's Bird from the arc. Rebound by Williams.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Johnson for 3. Fred Van Vliet grabs the miss. Gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Williams looking around. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Taking a look here at the visitors. What a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, Brooklyn, they have a lot of ground to make up. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Sharps checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Martin comes in for Melton. And it's Johnson in for Russell.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Nets passing it around. Look at that.
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Van Vliet. Still without a basket. Bird against Johnson. A fadeaway. And the rebound goes to Martin. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Johnson with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Miller kicks to Caruso. Bird, the pass to Van Vliet. Now here is Miller. Now Bird, defended by Sharp. Fades back. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Brooklyn trailing. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Sharp with a screen on Bird. Here's Johnson. Defense that time from Duran.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Bird kicks it out to Van Vliet. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Bird's got 3 assists in the game. Lynette shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Johnson finds Johnson. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Bird with some nice D.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The free throw drops for Caruso. Wilson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Martin. And so Caruso nails both of them. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nets trail by 7. Tipped away. Stolen by Bird. Van Vliet kicks to Bird. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Thomas, last game 26 points. To stop the run. He doesn't hit that one. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Up by 7. Live from Brooklyn, New York. You're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Williams is out there with Wilson. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Thomas. And it's Johnson in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Johnson. Nothing on the board. Thomas with the ball. Sharp sets the pick for Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. They get the rebound. Back to Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Here's Christie. 9 points last game. Wagner outside. The rebound by Sharp. Nets trail by 5. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Now Pippen, after Keon Johnson's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Christie. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Christie's got his first basket. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Pass to Williams for three. And Bull pulls it down. Gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Now Wagner. Outside Pippen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot, no good. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 7. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The three from Thomas. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Bull setting the pick for Pippen. Pass to Bull. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
He misses the free throw.
And like his father, Manu, Bull's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Good on the second free throw. So it's Brooklyn now. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And Thomas has it in the corner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, easy call.
For Brooklyn, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
That's good from Thomas. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Pippen. And both free throws good for Thomas.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
VanVleet kicks to Caruso. Thomas against Wagner. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Johnson surveying the floor. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Christie. Offline with his 3. Nets trail by 5. And Thomas has it in the corner. Johnson outside. Nets passing it around. Lock at 6. Johnson with a screen on Caruso. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's VanVleet. The shot, no good.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'll give him 50 cents. Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
That's good from Thomas.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Sharp, and it's Russell in for Johnson. Thomas's shot is off. Gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Wagner outside. Trying to find Bird. He's got it now. They double-team Bird. Roll the pass to Christie. Van Vliet with it. On the wing, Bird. He's guarded by Williams. Launches it. And it's Bird missing. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Now here's Van Vliet. Back to Bird. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Wilson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Williams. Now here's Thomas. 10 points for him. Connects from three-point range.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Bird following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Chalk up 2 there.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Outside Thomas from deep. And Bull pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Bird. Over Thomas. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Russell against Van Vliet. Johnson kicks to Thomas. Pass to Russell. Johnson for 3. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
To the wing on the left. And here is Van Vliet. Bird is screen on Russell. Van Vliet passes to Bird, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And that's 18 points for Larry Bird.
And the pick and roll delivers. Van Vliet making the right decision, giving up the rock.
Up top, Claxton. Back to Russell. Pass to Thomas. Clock at 4. It's hauled in by Bird. Bird's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. The first free throw is good.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who are you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Russell against Van Vliet. Paxton a screen on Bull. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Jalen Durham.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Now, here is Bird. He's got 20. Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Bird against Melton. Johnson outside. Pass to Johnson. Fires from deep. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Now, here is Bird. He's got 23, and that one drops.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's Claxton driving to the basket. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. So it's the visitors now. 6-point game. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. Bird, the pass to Van Vliet. Back to Bird. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Now, here is Miller. 12 points for him. Duren the pass to Bird. Rebound, Brooklyn. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
Now, here is Bird. He's got 25. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Okay, a chance to check out the numbers for Miller. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging about 19 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when a star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
Nets trail by 6. Up top, Russell, covered by Van Vliet. Pass to Claxton. Nets passing it around. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. And then Johnson with the jam.
Oh, man, how about Johnson coming at you with some power to get the finish?
Gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Miller finds Bird. Duren with a screen on Melton. And the rejection by Claxton. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Bird way outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Bird's got 30 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Johnson outside. Pass to Melton. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. And that's collected by Bird.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And taken away by Johnson. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Claxton. Now Melton. 6 points for him. Pass to Russell. Johnson for 3. The shot missing. And so we conclude the first half. Up by 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hey there, everybody. With the All-Star break on the horizon, let's first have a look at the players vying for a spot in the three-point contest.
A bunch of long-range snipers, cold-blooded. Still a way to go with the selection process, but this is a strong start.
No question. I'd rather play alongside them than against them. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Nets.
The free throw margin says a lot about this game. They're facing a defense that's dug in and looking way too comfortable.
Right now, they're playing like a bunch of scared puppies. Release the big dogs.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3 ball well. We've got Bird, Brandon Miller out there with Fred VanVleet. Then there's Jalen Duren. And it's Bull in at the 4-man position. Johnson over to help for 3, VanVleet, and the 3 ball is good. VanVleet's got his second bucket tonight.
And you have to appreciate the confidence. VanVleet wastes no time shooting the rock when he is in that groove.
Johnson, the pass to Russell. Now here's Thomas. Bird covering. Just 5 on the clock. High post shot. He gets that one. Thomas got 15 points.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
VanVleet kicks to Miller. They double-team Bird. VanVleet passes to Bull. Now Miller on the wing. Bird. Lays it up and banks it in. Bird's got 32 points.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Pass to Thomas. Russell sets a screen for Thomas. That 3 off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Thomas against Bird. They double-team Bird. Miller outside. Bird against Melton. Back to Bird. Shoots over Melton. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Bird's got 34. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Down by 12. Here's Claxton. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Here's Duren. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Defense has to know Duren will not back off. He wants to get down there and be physical.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Johnson. Claxton, a screen on Bull. Johnson. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
VanVleet kicks to Miller. Here's Bull. And here is Duren. Claxton covering. Bird against Thomas. The turnaround Jay. And Bird finishes inside. Bird's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month.
Well, over the last month, they've started to hit a high percentage of shots, and I think it's due primarily to great shot selection.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. They need this one. And the layup by Thomas. Thomas got 17.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Bird looking it over. Over Thomas. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Bird's got 38 points.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Russell with it. He has 5. Pass to Thomas. Over Bird. Thomas, no good.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Bird outside. Plays it up off the glass. Bird's got 40 points.
With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
Russell passes to Melton. Back to Russell. Shoots over Van Vliet. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Now, here's Thomas. Following the miss by Larry Bird. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Johnson against Bowl. Outside for Thomas. 4 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A shot by Johnson, no good.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Shots good by Miller.
Going deep in his bag there. Miller with the incredible crossover.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
It's halftime, man. Here we go.
Williams is checked in for DeAnthony Melton.
Williams.
Johnson finds Claxton. Pass to Thomas. Inside, here's Russell. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. That's 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Now here's Van Vliet. 6 points for him. Pass to Bird. 5 to shoot. Over Williams. Misses the baby hook.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Russell inside, covered by Van Vliet. Claxton a screen on Bird. Nobody near Williams. No good with the triple. Gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Thomas against Miller. Bird outside. Over Williams. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Williams for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. No good from Bird.
Well, a fast start in the first half. Looks like he's playing this second half in the mud.
Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Sinks the three-pointer. Thomas got 20.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now,
yeah, they do.
Lighting him up.
Russell against Van Vliet.
Hope you're enjoying the stream, man.
It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Thomas, no good. Gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Bowles setting the pick for Van Vliet. To the middle. Fade away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And the touch Ball has is impressive. You can tell he has a lot of confidence in that shot.
Johnson against Bowl. Thomas gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
So for the Nets, Aaron Sharp, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Johnson in for Thomas. So it's the visitors now. They led the game at one point by 20. Bird way outside. A rebound by Johnson.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Williams for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Bird outside. There's the triple. A rebound by the Nets. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Williams, and he drops it in from the low post. 7 points for Williams.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Russell against Pippen. Pass to Duren. 6 on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. You look at Bird, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Martin's checked in for Brooklyn. Sharp with a screen on Bird. Johnson surveying the floor. Over Bird. A shot by Johnson, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Bird sets the screen for Pippen. Shoots over Johnson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Nets trail by 12. To the inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Down low. Here's Bird. Brooklyn with the rebound. Sharp's got 5 rebounds tonight. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Pippen.
Second foul. First team foul.
.41 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Bird's got 44.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Sharp against Duran. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Williams. A 3-ball. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Pippen. And here's Bird for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Up by 9. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game for presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Wilson out there with Sharp. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Williams. And it's Thomas in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Thomas. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Thomas got 24.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Sharp against Wagner. Pass to Miller. Pulls up. And it's Wagner missing. Nets trail by 7. Here's Sharp. Shoots over Caruso. Second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Ben Simmons.
First team foul. At the line, D-Ron Sharp. Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Sharp. Christie's checked in for Miller. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The visitors with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Simmons passes to Caruso. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Wagner has screen on Williams. Pass to Wagner. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Nets trail by 6. Johnson, the pass to Sharp. Outside Williams from outside the arc. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Now, here's Johnson. Here's Thomas. Lays it up off the glass. Thomas got 26.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Simmons. Bird, high post. He's against Wilson. Stolen by Wilson. Johnson outside. Pass to Wilson. First three-pointers off the mark. Shooting straight 49% from the field. To the left side wing. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Christie the pass to Caruso. Shot clock at 5. Bird with it. Unloads. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's Thomas with the 3. And that's collected by Bird.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
That one drops for him.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And here is Johnson. Outside Wilson. Back to Johnson. Plenty of space. And right on target with the swish.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Brooklyn.
Number 1, D'Angelo Russell.
On the wing, Burke. And it's blocked. Russell against Simmons. Here's Wilson. And it's off from three-point range. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And Bird with the basket on the assist by Simmons. Bird's got 48.
And that pass-first nature of Simmons, outstanding at understanding when his teammates are open. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They set the pick. There's Russell with the 3. And that's collected by Bird. Bird's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Shoots. And it's a foul called on Mo Wagner. That is his first foul of the game. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Johnson, he's checked in for Williams. Johnson outside. Pass to Sharp. Right side, Thomas. Sharp with a screen on Caruso. Thomas. And Simmons with the rebound. Gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Wilson against Bird. Here's Caruso. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Bird's got his 4th assist in this one.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Now, here is Russell. Knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Caruso. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Sharp, and Johnson subbed in for Wilson. Here's Thomas, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Out to Bird, the three. During the pass to Christie. Bird against Thomas. Second chance shot. Hits it again. Wow.
And it's hard to believe how many times he's lit up the scoreboard like this over the years.
He's coming very close to tying the mark for fourth most 50-point games in NBA history.
And next up on this list, Harden. And just like Harden, he's a determined scorer. When he gets on a roll, the defense is helpless.
Here's Simmons following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Ball kicks to Simmons. Pass to Bird. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Bird's got 53.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Simmons against Russell. Thomas, no luck. Gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Bird kicks to Simmons. Bird outside. Fires the three. And they get it back. Pass to Bull. Simmons on the wing. Offensive rebound. Shot's good from Bird. Bird's got 55.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Claxton. He was all alone on that one. Thomas got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Brooklyn.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Bird against Thomas. Pass to Christie. Now here's Bull. Now Duran. Here's Christie on the wing. Bird. The three. Drills the three-pointer. Bird's got 58.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance. Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that. So much for the defense.
Simmons against Russell. Pass to Bird. Three-pointer. Brooklyn with the rebound.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip. It feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Here's Simmons. After the basket by Brooklyn. Bird with it. Takes a three. Connects again.
He has tied the mark for second most 60-point games in a season.
What a year he's having. Game after game after game, being able to score so effortlessly. Truly remarkable. Claxton. Thomas passes to Russell. Now Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Claxton. From downtown. Johnson's shot is off.
Well, he definitely forced that shot, guys. He had plenty of time to adjust himself and kick the ball out and look for a better shot. Have to give credit to the defense there, too.
Now, here is Bird. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
And Thomas has it in the corner. And here's Johnson outside. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Simmons. On the wing, Burke. A fader. And they pick up 2.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. The Nets making a switch here. Melton's checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During that break, listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Now here's Thomas. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the 3-point attempt.
Cameron Thomas.
He makes the second free throw, and that brings them to within 10. It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And stolen by Russell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
It's D'Angelo forcing the issue right there, trying to find a way to draw contact.
D'Angelo Russell. Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
Whether it's points, steals, or passes, Russell is out here working hard to give you what you need.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
You know, the team struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Ball dishes to Simmons. Pass to Bird. Six to shoot. Over Russell and off the glass. That one's good. Here's Thomas. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. No good. Bird with some nice D. Got 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Simmons passes to Bird. Fades and shoots. Here's Durant. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Here's Simmons. Pass to Bird. There's the 3. And good! There's another.
3.
He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
It's Thomas high post. Bird's there. The shot by Thomas. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bird. The visiting club takes the win on the road. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Larry Bird.